Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Hearthstone. Let's play. We need to get Paladin victories. Rush, rush, rush. Go and go, go. I guess that's all we can do is get Paladin victories. So, uh, that was the only thing we could do on the quest. We could do other things that aren't related to that quest, I suppose. I always feel like I need to rush through this, and it always feels like it's never takes any less amount of time.
I will fight with honor.
Oh, is this a Murloc deck? Yes, it is. Interesting. Well, at the very least, we can have some fun with the Murloc deck. Let's see. I should have traded this one out, too. Oh well. Try to get the Murloc that gets a +1 attack every time it's summoned. We'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this, and then turn. Hearthstone in general is still a giant pain in the butt, taking up time I don't have, making me play it more and more just because the players are too good. Why can't I beat Quest in practice mode? We tried that, and that really would have solved so many issues. Really. If I could just play in practice mode, get those quests done, be done with it. We need something like that for new players, or just new players need to be given more cards. Don't give them more gold, don't give them more dust, they don't understand what that would be for anyways. Just give them more cards. I think maybe inherently what they should do is just, I use the word inherently too much, and then incorrectly probably half the time. I think the classic card packs should stop going on sale, and everyone should just get one of each of those things, or two of each of the classic card packs. That way when you start the game you have your base card set and you have the classic card set. That gets you halfway towards catching up on standard play, because the standard play is going to be the base card set, classic card set, and whatever expansions are the most recent, which is going to be at most one solo adventure expansion right now and one regular expansion, I believe. And I think that would solve a lot of issues. Just right in
For
that.
justice.
I think we're gonna win. It's a little too early to call it victory, but we'll see. But even if they gave new players the entire classic set, that would only be a couple of legendary cards. That would be a lot better than where I am right now, probably, but not as high as I'd still want to be. This one. Let's see. How about we do this, and then we eat this.
For justice.
Get that. Oh no. Do I have to really kill one of these guys? Oh well. Not a big deal.
Job done.
Next turn, play this, play this. Everything should be set nicely. After I do Sam and Max Season 3 and finish that, we're kinda done with the Sam and Max series. There's only a few more point-and-click adventure things. I think I may go in a wildly different direction with
We
the
must cleanse the sun
point-and-click
well.
adventure games. It would... My first instinct would be to... Let's see. Well, my first instinct would be to... I guess I have to kill this guy, don't I? To do... What is it called? Oh, the Monkey Island series. That's what it's called. Gosh. Get your head in the game, Rydo. Get your head in the game. It's too early in the morning. And it's not really a coincidence that I'm relegating doing Hearthstone too early in the morning, too. I am somewhat intentionally trying to get it done as quickly as possible so I have more time in the rest of the day to do things I'm more interested in doing. Anyways, my first instinct would be to do the Monkey Island series, which is probably and arguably a better and more popular series than Sam and Max. Although both series at this point arguably have lost a significant amount of the popularity and are getting forgotten in the sands of time. But I want to go a little bit wilder and go in different directions because then we would... Because I have a bunch of little telltale things, like if I go do Bone, as I've never played that game, I have no idea what the comic book Bone is about, and so that'll be an interesting thought there. At a certain point, it would be nice if I have to squeeze in the Halloween month. So if I go too long, then the Halloween point-click adventure game that I have set up and designed for wouldn't quite fit, and that's true for almost every time slot. The only one it's not really true for is the Lego series, but I do have a kiddie Halloween game I was going to cover, so I may just take over the Lego time slot and play, I think it's going to be Costume Quest, which that's fine. Again, I will reiterate, it's difficult to have any games to put in that kid slot. It's a lot more difficult. AAA games, no problem. That time slots can always be full of something. The small independent games can almost always be full. I am not gonna run out of those anytime soon. But kids games that are worth playing, that's a bit of a problem. The other thing I could do as far as a point-and-click adventure, I guess I'll do that next year, is Anna's Quest. Yeah. Speaking of Daedalic, which is who released Daedalic, whatever, I don't even know, that crazy German company. Yeah, that's the appropriate way to refer to them, the crazy German company. They're coming out with another Deponia game, and I'm like, really? I thought the trilogy was complete. When you buy Deponia, the complete journey, one would assume that includes everything you're ever gonna make on this story. But no, they're coming back and they're doing another one, which that's gonna be weird since I already have the complete journey, and by owning the complete journey, I don't think I'm gonna get the fourth one for free. It would be nice if I did, but I seriously doubt it's gonna work out that way.
Reporting for duty.
Here we go, we just wanna hit this guy, hit this guy. Keep his totems down low. So, I guess at some point I will do that game. In a lot of ways, there were some major problems with every single one of the Deponia games. There's something slightly missing from them all. Let's see, I want to go ahead and kill this one first. That way there should be enough room for this to activate.
Reporting for duty.
I think next turn I've won. As long as I can kill this guy and pull out this guy. Or kill any of them. Darn it. We'll play this then, we'll play this then. We'll attack this, take this one out, attack here, here,
The battle
and here,
for justice.
Job's done.
Takes one more turn to win, it doesn't matter. I would love to see like some improvement on the Rufus story. The problem though with it is Rufus is pretty much written in the English translation at least as just completely a complete and total jerk the whole time. And there's no real redemption that ever happens there. Let's see. This one's got two, so I'll take this one out. And this one out. And then play this. That brings it back to 7. 2 there. 1 there. Could have done 4 here. Sure, why not? I love a 0 to 30 victory. So that's 3 victories with any quest, and we just need 1 more paladin. Gee, it's kind of easy to win with the paladin when you're at max level, and you have a good Murloc deck, or just a good deck in general. I really am going to have to put in some effort and rebuild my decks at some point here. I'm putting it off till the next expansion, but in all honesty, I should have done it like halfway through. It really feels like we should.
I will fight with honor.
Do a. What would be a good explanation? Like, do a deck rebuild halfway through, always. Like, every 2 months per se. Just rethink it. Maybe even every 1 month. Just rethink doing a deck then. Alright, how is this gonna work? I think it should work like this. There we go. And then I could play this and become a 3-4 by eating that 1-1. Let's do this. Because here's what we think is going to happen. It's going to be explosive trap. Nope. No explosive trap, bear trap.
Job's done.
Bear trap solved. Yeah, so I definitely would like to see Rufus and Goal find their personalities and stick with it, and then become the characters we really care about. It should have been characters we sort of cared about even after the first section. Let's see. Well, this one would kill it, but I don't see a reason to do that. Let's do this instead.
Job's done.
Gonna throw that one out. Wait for this to be played later. Gold drastically changed her personality every single section, so in the fourth game I suspect Gold will change her personality again. On these matters though, it would be nice if I was getting more views. I know it's whining, it's just straight whining, but some of those series I really enjoyed. I really liked showing them off. I really thought it was decent footage. Thought it was pretty good footage. And it would be so much nicer if I had 1,000 or even 10,000 subscribers, and that meant that at least 1,000 people watched that video and got some likes. Captain Sparkles does this thing, and to me it strikes me as disingenuous for his number of fans and people who are actually watching his channel. But he'll do this thing where he says, can we get like 5 likes on this video? Let's try for 5 likes. And I'm like, Captain Sparkles, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get more than 5 likes on a video. Why are you asking for such small numbers? Because if you get 5 likes and people look down there and there's 147 likes in the first hour, what are you really asking? I mean, is this some kind of humbleness thing they're trying to do? Is this some strategy for marketing I'm not aware of? I have no idea. But, I mean, it's more realistic that I ask for 5 likes. If I could get 5 views on every video on my channel that weren't me watching my own videos, because you get 1 view as soon as you watch your own video, just to check it for quality and such. So if I got 5 views and 5 people liked it, I would really like that. And that really kind of hits me when it's a series. It hits me a little bit harder when it's a series like Deponia, which I think should succeed a lot more than it kind of is. Now, we're trying to play the long game here, so I'm hoping people will come back and watch some of my videos that are older. That's my hope, at least. But there's no guarantee that that's really the case, and that's really how it's gonna happen. So yeah, but what can I do, really? Things that are coming out right now I recorded like 2 months plus ago, so we're about 2 months ahead of time. We're making progress towards getting well into the 6th month, and here we are around the end of the 2nd month of 2016. I won't try to give them names, just as because I don't remember their names. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that.
Job's done.
So if I can get into the 6th month, and by the time we hit the 3rd month, we're 3 months ahead still. If in the third month we can get another month ahead, then we would be into the 7th month by the 4th month, or the 8th month into the 4th month. And then by the 5th month, if we could get another month ahead, we'd be, I believe, in the 10th month, unless my math is just completely wrong there. And I'm just making things up. Alright.
I am Rafa, the supreme archaeologist.
Hope this is the right move. We have 8 damage here. I could take 1 out here. I could take 1 out here and do that, or I can take 4 out here.
The battle!
I could have also played this and healed that guy. So,
Well fought.
if I can get to October, we already know what we want to do in October, so it's not even really a question. As far as new games coming out, nothing has been announced. E3 is gonna happen at some point. Wait, before we do that, let's make sure we need to do that. Yeah, we don't need to do that. We're playing the Hunter now. E3 is gonna happen at some point. I should look up the date, because when E3 happens, that's when some games might actually get some announcements, and there might be something that comes out. Right now we're in this weird kind of just holding pattern that I wasn't really expecting. I thought that with the arrival of Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, that we would see a new game come out like every week, and it's just not really being that's the case. New games do come out every week, but not games big enough that they've caught my attention. It's a shame how successful Deadpool was that there isn't a Deadpool game coming out to go with it. We probably will get another Deadpool video game from it, but it will be like 4 years from now. I have a theory about Deadpool. In the Marvel Universe, Deadpool is just like super popular right now for apparently no reason. And he was like funding the Avengers. If I heard right, I don't know for sure. And I'm wondering if, I don't think you could get away with this, but I was wondering if they were just lying about the Deadpool movie being successful. Because it would be a very Deadpool thing to do, to just sit there and lie and say it's the most profitable movie ever, and just keep going with it, and pushing it and pushing it. That would be an amazing Deadpool-esque thing to do, even after the movie is out. But honestly, if you could get away with lying about how successful your movie is, why haven't they done that before? Why not just always lie and say your movies are super successful to get more people to go watch them? Yeah. I could say my videos are super successful if I thought that would work. Just like people watch my videos all the time. I suppose I could hide the view count and all of that of my videos and then say they're super successful.
We must cleanse the
but
Sunwell.
I don't see any point to that. I would rather be honest and let them swallow in their patheticness of being so low than to sit there and lie about it. Alright, how about this? Let's hope this works. Nope, doesn't work. Wasted that real bad. Played poorly.
Reporting for
So
duty.
what was I talking about besides before that? No, I was saying it was a shame there wasn't a video game that was new, yeah. There's the old Deadpool game, we could try that. Definitely, if we wanted to.
Job's done.
Might as well just hit end here. But, like, as far as movies and things, we have the Avengers Civil War, I suppose, is coming out at some point, but there's no more Avengers games that I can really play except for Lego Avengers.
Let me
And
think.
I don't know about that. That would be a brand new Lego game. It'd be nice if we got another sale, but there's been too many Steam sales and they haven't been that good anyways. I'd hate to pay $40 for a Lego game that I've already heard is bad. One of the factors that makes it acceptable to me that you are playing the Lego games is the fact that they are exceedingly cheap when you get them on sale. $5 for rather long experiences. I don't know if I got into it too much, but Lego Batman 2 was pretty dumb about its open world game. It was the first time I think Lego had ever made an open world area, but there was just no reason or rhyme to it. You could very easily just walk through the area and go, well, I could do all these things, but you haven't told me a reason why I should do them. So, not very good. In fact, in general, Lego Batman 2 is still a pretty bad game, even though it's leaps and bounds better than Lego Batman 1. So I'll be very interested to play Lego Batman 3, which is probably what I'm going to cover again. We'll just have 3 months straight of Batman stuff. Let's see. How about we do this, and then this. I should put it on this side, I guess. Well, it doesn't matter. We kill this one. This one. This one. And attack the face. The Lego series is still going to go strong. I have Lego Indiana Jones to cover, I have Lego Hobbit, Lego Lord of the Rings, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, so that's 4 months right there. I need to figure out when the Ghostbuster movie is coming out and see if there's anything in that to worry about. I guess I'll play this. There's Lego The Lost World Jurassic Park thing that I haven't purchased that because that was the second newest Lego game, so I'd like to cover that. And I think that was the good game too, so it still very much feels like they have an A team and a B team working on these games, and it doesn't even seem like the franchise doesn't matter. And all of them seem to be WB properties, so I wonder if WB owns TT Games completely or just a significant stake in it or what. I guess I have to do this. Let's see. Just keep on hitting the face. So, yeah. After the Lego series is done, I think that kids' time slot's gonna be done, though. So that's going to be like a 1 year
Get behind me.
time slot that's potentially going to bring in a bunch of kid viewers, and then hopefully, I guess in theory, I would hope that they would be 11 or 12 when they started watching my series, so they'd be somewhere around the realm of 13, 14, or 15, so they can watch all the mature games that I cover without me feeling too bad about it, even though
Today, I don't have to be a princess.
even though at 13 they're probably still too young to watch half the video games, according to what the recommendations are. There you go, we're gonna win.
My banging claw.
I could have won without this. I could have won probably without that. Maybe not. We're almost certainly gonna get close here. We need 3 victories in probably about 15 minutes. So odds would be higher. We'll get 1 victory and then go 1 more recording. But maybe we get a quick disconnect or 2
I must protect
or 3 and we'd be done.
Let the hunt begin.
As I'm trying to improve my process here, I'm recording and I'm uploading everything I record as much as possible to get as much of a pile-on effect when I do want to listen to podcasts and schedule things. And also to get any content IDs that are going to come up as fast as possible so I can dispute them, make it go the 30 days. My system here of doing retrospectives has really found done about the best I think you can do with the terrible YouTube content ID system. Which, by the way, on Twitter, the CEO of Twitter said, "We've heard your complaints and we're thinking about it," and that's about it. So I mean, never trust a corporate person speaking, because who knows if that ever is going to mean any action is actually going to be taken. It could all very well be just lip service, and probably is. But at least there was a response. At least you got a response out of them. You can no longer say you weren't heard. Which then lets you go down the route to say, well, we know they heard us and they still did nothing, so boo YouTube, let's go start our own. Which, if Twitch wasn't owned by Amazon and at some point gonna just install as draconian a content ID system, for me in particular, that would be at least a consideration.
Today,
There'd
I
be
don't have to be
at
a
least a
princess.
thought there. Should I just kill this one? I think I am gonna just kill it. To move over to Twitch. Move all my videos over to Twitch. See if I get more views that way. If it was pretty simple and pretty easy to do something like that. But right now it's not it. And frankly, if YouTube just split itself up, we could get a lot of things corrected pretty easily. If there was a youtube.criticism.com or criticism.youtube.com that was its own separate entity. So now why even call it YouTube, then call it criticism.com. And if there was videogames.com, and that's where all the Let's Players went. And if there was music.com, and that's where all the music videos and music went. then the field would be at least so split that
Today, I don't
we
have
could,
to be a princess.
in theory, make the bad actors of DMCAs focus on what they're really concerned about. I think if they were forced to think about it, the copyright claimants are most interested in music. So, if all the Let's Players are over on videogames.com and they don't, and they know that that area is strictly regulated to only video games, and so it's going to be in-game music, so we don't really care about that. That would be great, because then they would leave me alone as far as the music. And then the music.com website, which would be its own separate entity, would just get all of the focus for the content IDs. People would be left and right saying, that's my song, that's my song, that's my song. And that's fine. There could be a music.com, and it could be this tiny thing that's not really curated or used that much. Or and I think in a lot of ways Google Music is trying to be that, but not quite. It's not quite. That's not exactly what it is. Okay, I'm gonna lose here. Or if criticism.com is really where all the videos and movies things are that they want to do content ID, that's fine for me, because that's not my industry. And then at the very least, then each one of those separate entities could focus down on it, and like all the on videogames.com could get the backing of that website and say, this is fair use because of this, 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 and this in these examples, in these examples, in these examples. And it doesn't have to be this side argument of, well, this video criticism of a movie is fair use because of the criticism of a book from 1920 that was approved by this court case, which that's how the whole law works. Inherently, the problem is the laws, and if we just rewrote the laws, America seriously needs like a New Deal project from straight up from the president level, where he has a group of people, of lawyers, work together and say, we're going to standardize laws across all the states, and we're going to rewrite them in simple English, and we're going to quote case precedents and codify case precedents. So, for example, like, it's illegal to murder, everybody knows that. But in each of the 50 states and all the other territories, I bet there are dozens and dozens of laws against murder, and that it's such a mess that you could be charged for 5 different counts of the same crime, and just to stack on things, and it's not a fair system. The laws are probably archaically written, and so what they should do is they should just, in as plain English as possible, you right there, it is hereby illegal to cause any actions intentionally or unintentionally that
Today, I don't have to be a princess.
Could reasonably cause the death of somebody. Let me, here. in the turn and rethink that. It's illegal to take any actions that intentionally or unintentionally would reasonably lead to the death of someone. If you intentionally do it, it's murder 1. If you unintentionally do it, it's murder 2. And if you take these actions and it does not result into an actual death, it is attempted murder. And I don't know how many more words you have to really put in that, because I think with that kind of change, you should also give the courts the ability to be more lenient in their interpretations of things. I mean, why can't you just write the laws? You can't kill people. It goes in front of 12 jury members, and they say, well, that person certainly killed that person. They're guilty. And then just let them try and decide how long they should be incarcerated or what punishment at all there should be from that. I'm gonna end the turn here. And just have that be the standard federal murder law. And it really wouldn't be that simple. I mean, I tell you right now, it wouldn't be that. It would be, they would have to take every single law related to murder in every single state. They would have to combine all the wording and phrasing of all of them that make sense, and then leave out all of the other ones. And since this is a big federal thing, I think it probably should be under just like pure election rules too to be ratified. So there would just be a proposition in every state saying, do we ratify this new murder law that would eliminate this law, and this law? And honestly, if we ever got to elect or vote for any actual criminal law, things that actually might affect us, we would have probably some more stake in it and be less likely to break those laws, instead of propositions that are about zoning and raising taxes and just political corruption in general. But that's a weird conversation. We're gonna end after this one. When I lose here, I suspect. I don't know what I'm gonna do after Mirror's Edge. I probably have it written down in the schedule as to what the next game is. It's probably Ghostbusters. Mirror's Edge is gonna be kind of a fast turn of events. A lot of these games just haven't come out as quickly as I thought they were going to be, so in a lot of ways that probably means I'm doing well and getting a lot of work done, but I don't really feel like that's the case. I think that would be just patting me on the back for work I probably didn't do.
Do you have the artifact?
I imagine I'll have a fine experience with Mirror's Edge, and it won't crash. That will be a unique thing, is because I will have a spotlight for Mirror's Edge, which I haven't really done any spotlights lately, and I'm not sure I'm particularly gonna be that much into it. Anyways, I'm trying to get content, I'm trying to get ahead, I'm trying to cover larger games. So just covering something where you're only gonna play it once seems kind of silly, because very few games I'm only gonna play once. I never went back and did Pac-Man Championship Edition DX all the way to get that top score, but nor did I go and finish all the time trials and all that, which I should, but I broke a controller playing that game once. I'm not willing to break my new controller doing it. Hexcells is still installed right now, Hexcells Infinite, so I can play that at any point, but arguably I probably won't. Let's see.
The beasts obey me.
That didn't work.
Get back!
End the turn there. I don't think I'm gonna win here.
One shot, one.
I have a lot of just solo games that I can do for both the 3 o'clock time slot and the 4 o'clock time slot, I believe. So those will be the next things after Mirror's Edge to cover. Small independent game and a small independent game. Although the You Don't Know Jack, now replaced with Hexcel's time slot, actually probably would be better suited for something along the lines of puzzle games. I have a lot of them there because they're cheap. Yeah, I've lost.
My fang and claw.
Job done.
So it's sort of turned now into small independent games, puzzle game, which is fine. We'll cover puzzle games. I've got a bunch of those. My collection on Steam is maintaining itself alright. I got a little bit screwed over in the way that a couple of games were given to me free from Sega, and in giving you these free games that weren't really worth anything, and I'm not planning on covering them anytime soon, they then gave me coupons for 75, 80%. I think one of them was even 95% off 3 games. And so the one that really got me was the 75% off for Valkyrie Chronicles. And I'm like, well, I'm paying $5 for this game, but I'm still paying $5 for this game, and I wouldn't have bought it normally. So yeah, if Steam is going to start giving me coupons, at a certain point I need to quit using them, and I need to just let them expire, because coupons in general are scams. They're like, if you buy this thing you weren't going to buy anyways, we'll let you have some small amount of savings, or even a big amount of savings. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, they got more money from me than I was planning on giving them. However, as a YouTuber who in theory thinks he's gonna play all games ever, it's not that big of an issue. It just puts another marble on that puzzle. Well, marble, I don't know. Another domino to fall, I guess, would be a better example. Once Steam collapses and everything is unplayable, if that ever happens, that will just be slightly more devastating because I have one more game in that collection. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.